Today, we are installing a backflip MX4 cover on this 2024 Tundra.
Alright, I have removed these. We'll see if they'll reinstall later. The rail wasn't wanting to sit properly with those on. I don't see in the instructions that says it won't work, but that would be what I would consider an issue if you were looking to retain that factory. You can see up here, this is why we had to remove that factory cap, because there's just no tolerance with this rail. Same thing on this side. So you can slide these, but they will also come out without sliding. So there's two different ways of doing that. I really don't see those factory tie downs being an option. They do sell aftermarket that slide in just like this and a hand screw. So if you are looking for that, we'll reach out to Real Truck to see if we are accurate in our statement. But I don't see that these will go back into this rail. There's just no tolerance with the screw.
What's the benefits of an MX4?
Benefits of an MX4
Like, what's the features?
Well, I bet that was planned for a while.
Just,
We had squirt guns.
you brought it from home.
Nothing like getting shot in the face at work.
Now go get him a towel.
Oh no. This is
He
the...
looks like he just went to the gym.
Maybe that's why I kept the water bottle. Right, it's the hardest.
If it only wasn't 40 degrees outside today.
Great. So once again, at a 45-degree angle, I'll hand start these. None of the factory hardware except for this front clamp. Here at Truck Works, we do have towel service.
I'm sweaty.
Things we do.
You wanted to be a YouTube star.
I'm pretty sure that
Forced.
not in my job description, as some would put it.
It's a forced task.
So on this rear clamp, we will want it as far back as possible, just to keep that tail of this rail as secure as possible.
Because it does overhang past the bracket, right?
No, it's just
Past the rail.
this is always going to be your weakest point of the rail. You're always pulling down on it to open the cover. It just, the further back you can get this clamp, we found the better.
Less leverage.
Yeah, but with this rail system mount, this rail is by far much more secure than the old design, which I thought we were installing today, which drops the rails. The old design allows you to still retain your factory tie downs, but it deflects a lot. We have found we have to modify the way the instructions, we actually put extra weather seal to help that deflection. We just did one yesterday, and this is by far more secure.
I mean, you're shaking the whole truck here.
Yeah, it's by far more secure. It's pretty much like how the factory covers, which are also made by Real Truck, wink wink, are installed. So we'll go ahead and put our front bulkhead seal. We've already wiped it down with acetone. Those front bumpers, which it did not say in the instruction, should get a foam piece. K is called 3D shaped cab bumpers. Yeah. I'm sticking those in there just for water. Doesn't actually tell me where they go. Slightly unfortunate. Yeah, I just looked at the instructions for the third time. No mention of these, but I would stick them here between that front bulkhead and the end of that rail. And that's going to help keep water from getting into the bed. Or a plastic panel tool, or you can even use the factory clamp that you are not going to use just to stick it down there. And then we'll put our front bulkhead seal on. We'll make sure we'll go over that as well. Cheat the seal to the bedside as much as you can. We do typically do that on every single cover. It helps when you're doing the final adjustments. You can pull it back and actually make it seal on the tailgate. We have found that you want to stay on the bedside when you're putting these seals on. Typically these foam pieces go up under the rail to try to help the same water problem. If you can see here, like we've talked in previous videos, beds aren't inherently designed waterproof. So any seal that you can do, I'll hold off on this just to make sure it's not for like a tailgate type seal, but we'll go ahead and put the cover on now. So this is what we're going to be installing. This adhesive piece will go on the actual, make it real easy, on this back side. And then this will sit on the cover, 2 Phillips going down into an aluminum threaded insert. Alright, back. We like to use a little 12-volt gun for this. Just makes it a little easier. That aluminum will strip, so just make sure it is started correctly. Alright, then you're going to want to make sure your bed's kind of cleared off. Our screw clamps. These have become the new factory standard. Seems like they started off on like Lear and undercover covers. Then we see them in the work sport, and now we're seeing them in the back. It's just a super, super simple, easy design.
Let me get out of the way of your step.
Yep. Thank you, Toyota. Yeah, one of the only complaints I have with the packaging of these MX4s is all of this foam stuff that you have to clean off before you deliver it.
Yeah, you can see like all the little white specks on it. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so it's just going to take some time to clean before we can deliver it. You don't necessarily see that in other covers. It's just most notably on a lot of the real truck products. So what we found, just like in all our other videos, we want to make sure that cover is square. See, it definitely is going to need some adjustment. Sometimes we shut it first, kind of wiggle it around.
You can do what you want.
Give me it, Toyota. Alright, so we still need to come back and touch on this side. Come up front. It's easier to adjust it. Pushing it back. You can see if we had our seal on the cab side of the bulkhead, it would be showing. But since it's on the bed side of the bulkhead, it is not showing. Check our alignment one more time. Good. Folding this last panel just helps it easy to get in. If you do fold it again, it could kind of bring the cover out of alignment. So we just crawl in.
Yep, so one thing you will have to watch out for, I will need my 1/2-inch gun, is our clamp. Our clamp is getting in the way of where it mounts, so it actually needs to be as close to that plastic piece on the rail as possible.
Give me a second, I'll grab it for you. 1/2-inch gun?
Yep. Now push that. Go ahead and hold it down. You can slide that in. It's got plenty of room. I'm not going to tighten it yet because I still have to move this one. Catches that rail, brings it down nice. You can look at your alignment. So again, we're getting that thing snug, so the lock washer will engage.
Last step is to install these rubber bumpers that are used when the cover is folded in the all-the-way position, giving you full bed access without taking the cover on and off. It's a big selling point of the MX4 is that it gives you that full bed access without making you take the cover on and off. How it functions: slides up, slides down, locks in place. What we tell our customers, when you are done with it, when you unlock it, make sure you lock it back in, because the likelihood of you keep that loose, it's going to wiggle its way out, it's going to bounce into whatever you have in your bed. If you work your truck, then it's most likely going to get lost and swept out. So we'll get a rag, we'll wipe down all of this.
The same standard UV protection that we always do.
The same standard UV protection. We'll check our tailgate fit. This cover should be ready to rock. Very good. Just like I thought. Those small pieces that you have left over, you have this gap in the rail. Probably going to put them like this so the tailgate comes up, and we'll touch that, not allowing water to come down. I wish it would have shown it in the instructions. Now, technically it is blocking the drain rail. If water gets into this, if you're parked with the nose high, the water would run out this way. Not the end of the world. But now our tailgate's going to seal better. Comes up and just kisses the tailgate cap. And that is how backflip MX4 should fit. It's tight. There's no lifting it up.
These will relax, right?
Every panel locks. So we do get this question a lot, and it even says in the instructions that you can hit these seals with a heat gun if they're sticking up. The heat gun will go a long way to help those relax. Usually in the summer, we set them outside for an hour or two before they get delivered, and they like to relax. But just remember, it has been in a box for potentially an extended period of time. This is what I would expect to be normal, and that's why it's called out in the instructions, to hit it with a little bit of heat and it will relax. So all in all, 24 Tundra, backflip MX4 with the rail system, super easy install, super secure. I don't think that your factory tie-down clamps are going to work. They sell a lot of aftermarket stuff that's relatively affordable if you're looking for something for a ratchet strap or a bungee, but from what I'm seeing right now, factory tie-downs are not going to work with this setup, but the cover is much more secure with this design than the older design.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe. Rad Truck Works. See you next time. First wiping the packaging. The blower works well. The big thing with the visible seals in these covers on the MX4 is please use some sort of UV textured finish is nice and durable.
Are you using our brand UV protectant? That will be available soon.
Rad UV. It's still in beta testing, but it's coming. Once again, I want to get all this shavings and foam off of the cover before I use UV. zoom in, you'll see some of this stuff is metal shavings, but a lot of it's just foam. You don't want to scratch your brand new $1,200+ cover. So just take some time. Make it look. Making sure to hit all the seals, not just the panel. This one's getting rain guards, a bug guard, and mud flaps. But we're going to take it in the back to do that.